Hey guys, Sean and Allison here from Spoken Garden.
Hi everybody.
Hey, so last week you saw us plant 30 dahlias in our raised garden beds back here that you see back here.
Yay.
We're going to show you those just real quick here, and some other plants we put in there, some cosmos, some zinnia.
We'll show you, we're excited to show you all that.
Yeah, so, but today we're going to show you we're going to actually set up an irrigation kit that we bought off Amazon, and we're going to show you what we're going to do and how to set it up.
I know it's kind of funny to set up irrigation. It's totally raining on us right now. But this will be perfect for these beds, and the way Sean plumbed it looked really, will work really well. So we're excited to show you how that's set up.
And if you know anything about plumbing, it's always an adventure. And no plumbing job is ever the same.
So let's go take a look at the beds and show you what we planted, and then we'll show you the irrigation setup.
Yep.
Okay, you guys, so again, if you saw that video, you saw us plant the 30 dahlias. They're all looking really, really good. So they're kind of all along the back of the border or the beds here. Now, what we did since that you haven't seen yet, we came in and we got a bunch of zinnia seedlings planted. We have cosmos are over here. Got some cosmos kind of mixed in, various colors, various heights. Again, this bed, or all the beds, have all the tall plants in the back and all the shorter plants kind of up front. So that's going to be beautiful. We also put some nasturtium all around the edges.
Right here, yeah, look at all those, fun.
So we just planted those a couple days ago. So, when you plant seedlings, they don't look amazing at first. It's kind of underwhelming, but as they grow and fill out, it's going to look gorgeous over here.
Those are all our seedlings we grew.
Yeah, I know that's fun. We have 10 different zinnias we're growing this year, and about 8 different cosmos.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. And then this little cute bed, we were so excited to get this planted. We've got 3 little Zahara Starlight zinnias in the middle. Those are supposed to get up to about 14 to 18 inches tall. So that'll be a nice centerpiece kind of in this little bed. And then we surrounded it with fuchsia supertunias from Proven Winners and verbena.
Oh yeah, pretty.
Red Star verbena.
Look at these guys. Yeah, they're already off to a really good start.
Do some deadheading and get these cleaned up. But we, again, just planted these a couple days ago. So they're going to fill in and just look beautiful as they grow. Mm-hmm. So, Sean, we have a little irrigation project ahead of us here, right?
Yeah, easy peasy. We have a kit that we bought online, and what we're going to do is we've already laid out some of the heads that we think we'll be able to use here. And that's not one. That's a tag. So there's these emitters. There's a misters. So these are misters right here. These guys, these little misters, and they atomize the water. And then these guys over here, these blue guys, are like little sprinklers, and they shoot out the water like little sprinklers when there's enough pressure. So guys, we wanted to show you how we set up our irrigation system. And first of all, though, we want to tell you about how this all rolled out to give you an idea of how we actually installed our irrigation system. So first thing is we build all the beds pretty much in place. Some of the frames were built, like the first row, the first level of each bed was built, and then we brought it out, we put it in place, secured it, and then we laid all this out, built them up, set them, and then what we did is then we laid the irrigation pipe, dug the ditches, laid the pipe, and put it all together. And so what happens is we started here, and this is where the water comes in from the hose, from a hose spigot. And if you want more information on how we plumb this and how we put all this together, just go ahead and leave your comment down below, your question down below, and we can talk to you about that. This is 3/4 inch PVC pipe. And so basically we dug down around and underneath these beds. And so it starts here and it goes pretty much in a straight line underneath these beds. And so here's where the first bed has its irrigation pipe coming up. It just basically went down under and came back up. And this is part of the kit here that we have that we bought, and we'll talk to you more about that in a minute. So this is where the first bed's going to get all its water from, and these are the 2 spouts it's going to come out of, and I'll hook up the hoses here in just a minute. So, but then it runs straight down underneath the bed, dug all this out, coming straight down here, and then it came up, and here's the other one. Now this is the same setup, 3/4 inch pipes underneath here. And then, we plumb it all and make sure it all fits. And then it plumbs down to this little irrigation head here. And it swivels right there because that's how it's built. But these little guys, we're going to hook the hose up to these guys. And then it'll come off of this. And this bed will get irrigated that way. So then, actually, so it still comes down this way, the irrigation pipe does. And it comes a little bit of an angle, so that was interesting. But we dug all this down, and here's the last one. And this is the same setup as the first big bed you just saw up top here, a little bit further up. So again, 3/4 inch pipe comes up, and then the water will come out of here. We'll hook the hoses up to this, and it'll just come off, and it'll just snake around. And so that's the basics of how we laid this out. All right, guys, we just went over how we set up and plumbed in our irrigation system using 3/4 inch PVC pipe. Pretty common. You can find a lot of different hardware stores, especially Home Depot, which is our favorite store right now. And so that's what we used. This is just a piece, leftover piece here. So guys, the irrigation kit we bought is by Optum Island, and it's actually called, we got it on Amazon, it's called DIY Watering Saving System Kit. And it's this little kit. It was about 20 bucks, super cheap for all the different pieces you get. It comes in this plastic bag. It all fits in here. It's pretty cool. And then here's a real quick instruction guide to let you know what everything's for, and then how to basically set it up if you want to set it up that way. But it gives you a lot of different options. So then there's T connectors, there's just regular old straight up connectors, couplers for the 1/4 inch rubber hose that we have here. And so here's our little 1/4 inch hose that we're going to use. This is what all the water is going to run through and bring the water to our plants. This is an atomizer, like we showed you before. This is one of the little fittings that's going to go on the end of one of these hoses, and I'm going to show you that in just a minute. But here's everything that comes in this kit, and this is pretty cool. It has little I mean, these are basically little pins to hold down this hose, if I can show you here. So basically when you put the hose down at the end, you just pop that on there like that, and it'll keep it in place in the soil. These are pretty cool. So there's a whole bunch of those that come with this, and then definitely the atomizers. Here's all your little fittings.
What are these?
So basically, these are small little hose clamps, and what they do is they have a threaded end, and then they have a pipe fitting end. If I can get this open. There we go. So basically what happens is this is like a general fitting for a lot of different garden hoses, and this is the male end, and you would take the female end, basically the piece that turns, and you would take it and tighten it down on this. This end, this is good for 1/2 inch pipe. It's not good for 3/4 inch pipe. This will not really fit in here. But if you have 1/2 inch pipe, PVC pipe, then you can basically take this and shove it in there, and then just put it in as far as you can, and then what you do is you just tighten it down with this, and it makes it real easy to just, you know, slip it in, tighten it down, and then keep rolling. It's a really fast, easy way to put together irrigation system that way. So these are cool. It comes with 2 of these. So if you're looking for a simple irrigation kit to buy and use, especially drip irrigation or atomizer type of irrigation for your beds, this is an easy kit to get. It comes real fast, and it's easy to put together, very self-explanatory. And so they even have there's even videos on Amazon to help you get to know it a little bit better too. So we would recommend getting this kit. So we're out here now. We've got the pieces we're going to use. We're not going to use all the pieces from the kit because they're not all specific for what we need to do out here, and that's fine. We'll have them for later if we need them, backup pieces or add-on pieces. So that's one of the fun things to do. That's one of the fun things to have with one of these kits. So right now I've got everything in my hand. I've got an atomizer, but we've also got the little sprinkler heads out here that we'll use. And so I brought some extra. We've already put out we've laid out the sprinkler heads and some of the atomizer heads. We've got some extra ones that we might be able to use. So I'm going to set those down here. We've got these fittings too that came in the kit for the atomizers, and this is just a little piece. Basically, you're doing like a mini plumb session. You're plumbing in the little atomizers this way with these. So we'll use these for the atomizers. And then I've got some T's right here for this rubber hose. And basically the plan is, and I'll show you this in a minute, but basically we're gonna run the rubber hose off of where the water comes in from the irrigation system that we plumbed in, and then we'll hook up that hose to these T's to run single sections of hose off of it, and then stick on the other side more of the hose to keep running through the system. So if you look at this T like this, the water coming in from the irrigation system will come in here. I'll hook up the hose this way. I'll hook on another hose to come out to the special emitter with its own hose, and then I'll hook up another section of this rubber hose to here to keep going and bring more water to other emitters further down the line. in this bed. So that's what these tees are really good for. And then what I have here are these little pins, these hose pins that I showed you before. And so, yep, got a couple of these. Now we use this for our side garden also, this whole kit. So there's a lot of, we're getting a lot of mileage out of this kit, so that's cool. So here's that pin though. And we have a couple left. So we'll, so with that, I'll show you how to put this thing together, do one run real quick, and then we're gonna throw this thing together. We're gonna put it together fast. This is the fun part. So you get this hose, you get the piece. We're gonna put it directly on this right here, and all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna shove this on top of that. And because it's got this little rib piece here, once I get this hose over this, it has a really nice tight fit, and it should be airtight. It shouldn't come out of there. It shouldn't push any water out. So, okay. So now I'm just gonna do one run. Let's do a run over to this emitter right here. So what I'm gonna do is just get enough hose. If you want, you can do this, see how much line you need that way. So we'll go there. And then you just cut this. This hose is so easy and versatile. So there we go. So what I'm gonna do now is I will get a tee. So then you take your tee. So right, water coming in. We want to make sure that this goes right in there like that, and just move that tee around a little bit. Get that further in there, so you get a good tight fit. Get past that little rubber piece down there. See that right there? Pushed it there. See that, this kind of lip right here for this part of it? Same things right here where it's bulging. We get that hose past that, and that creates a really good fit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this down here like this, and then we're gonna make just a small little hose piece for this. And now this is for the water's coming in, the water's gonna go out to the emitter, and I have to put this little hose on here. So yeah, that's a good one. So there we go. So now the water's coming in, it's coming off the main line to this emitter. You just take the emitter, it's got the same type of fitting right there, you see that? And then just take this, just do that. And then what's gonna happen is we'll lay this down probably about here, and we're gonna continue with the hose, the rubber hose coming off and going this way. And it's just gonna snake through, and we're gonna do this same thing along the line here, going around this whole bed. And that's pretty much it. That's how you set these up. And you can take these emitters off and put on an atomizer or something else that you think is going to fit better, and that's fine. These are interchangeable parts. They all go together with this hose, and so it's pretty fun and pretty simple. All that's the basics. I think we're at a point now where we can just start laying the line down and putting the emitters on. So here we go. Okay guys, so we're hooked up, everything's plumbed in. The big finale now is to turn on the water and see how it works, see what happens with the emitters and stuff. So wanted to show you this. What we did is we've got our garden hose coming off the house. It's all hooked up. We've got a brass fitting here that we put on here. It can be brass, it can be plastic, whatever you can find or you want to use. This is going to help us control the flow and how much pressure water is going through the system. We don't want to blow it out. We don't want to hurt it. So we're going to slowly open this valve up right here. and then and we'll see how it runs, and from that then we'll be able to judge, you know, do we have the right emitters? Do we have the right little heads on here? Are they positioned right? And this is just kind of it's a process. And if you've ever set up an irrigation system before, you know that different heads emit certain different kinds and different amounts of water. And so you just got to kind of test it out if you're not that familiar with it and see how it does. So guys, here we go. We're going to turn this on.
Moment of truth.
Moment of truth. Slowly turning it on, that pressure, because
I hear it.
now look at all those heads go. Okay,
Oh.
so we've got the heads are doing things.
Kind of
now,
shooting out though.
Yep,
That's
so
where we have to adjust
these are
them.
supposed to be atomizers. So let's tighten that down. There we go. Let's go. There we go. So
that's
there's
cool.
that. Then there's these guys. These are little. Those guys are. That's what those are supposed to do. Yep. Yep. We didn't preset any of these before we did this, so we have to. This is all part of the process. Now, if I turn this on more, what happens? Oh, that's not what we want to do. So we're going to atomize. That's cool. There we go. See, I'm tightening these down. As I tighten it down, it does that. That's good. Okay. Now, the great thing about this whole system, guys, is that we can always cap these if we need to. If we have too much water, how we've set this up, and there's too much water getting on the plants as it is, we can always cap each one of these. And then as we need to, we can re-add any of these emitters as that need comes along. We can reposition these. Now you can see here, right here is a cap. Basically, I put a T here. Here's our emitter. I capped this with this next off this T because we don't need any more water going this way because we have this line. So there you go. And it'll take some fine tuning, but it's going to be fun. And these kits are built this way to be adaptable, to be reusable, to add more to them. This is the other cool thing is when we get to it, we're planning on adding some new beds built from recycled from pallets. We're going to add them right through here for our sunflowers. And so the plan is to get water to them. We're going to cut into these, tee off these little lines, and then bring this same hose over here to these sunflowers that are going to be here. So they'll get watered the same time that these beds do. And that'll be great. And again, it comes down to the adaptability of your system. Setting it up this way with this type of kit, real easy, super awesome, and you can do a lot of different things.
Yeah, so that is so cool to know that we just have to do one hookup with our hose, and that's the only manual thing we really need to do, and then the beds will just be watered.
Yeah, we can even make this more simplified and hook it up to a timer that'll go off at a certain time of day
Yep.
for so many days a week, and yeah, it really simplifies things. And yeah, we're really happy with how this is turning out.
I know we love automating as much as we can.
Oh yeah.
So this will be a great system. We can't wait to show you some updates through the summer, so stay tuned for that.
So make sure if you have any questions or comments about what we showed you today or what we talked about, leave those down below for us. We love hearing from you guys. And make sure to subscribe to our channel so you get updates on our latest garden care videos.
Yeah, you guys, thank you so much for being here and for watching today. We hope that was helpful for you if you're setting up irrigation in your raised beds or even looking for ideas. And we'll be back with our next garden care video soon, so see you next time.
See you next time, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.